Hello, fellas developers. I'm Kaique Sorocaba, and I'm representing Guru today. First, I want to thank you everyone who's watching later or is watching live right now. It's a pleasure to have our third meetup, online meetup, and it's in English to show the community, the international community, the talents that we have here in the region. And today, we are having Felipe Bernardes, that is a developer from a city around here, that is Votorantim, and he's going to talk about progressive web apps. He's a very skilled developer. I know him personally, and that's it. It's with you, Felipe.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Felipe Bernardes. How are you feeling today? I hope you are very well today. Today I will gonna tell you about progressive web apps. Let me share my screen. How do I do it? Okay. So, first of all, a quick intro to myself. I'm a front-end developer from Votorantim. I work at Translucent, and I'm an active member of local communities, mainly Guru Sorocaba, especially Guru Sorocaba, because it's the first local community I got contact to, and it was great. Oh, Kai, can you mute your microphone, please? I like the noise.
Okay.
Thanks. So it was the first meetup I ever went to, and I learned a lot in Guru Sorocaba. I even I went to the most of the meetups we had until today, and I learned a lot there. I got my first freelance from there as well. I knew a lot of people. I knew about design, about being a good programmer. So it's a pleasure to be here presenting to you today. Well, let's get started. Okay. So, everyone heard about progressive web apps, and well, they are the new black today. It's a lot easier for a user to use a progressive web app instead of installing an app in the stores. Today, I know, I'm sorry, I promised to do a show and tell of a fully functional progressive web app, but I couldn't finish it. I will show it to you, but today I will show you how to start creating progressive web apps. I'm not here to tell about a lot of complexities, but to inspire you to start and create your first one easily, very easily. So I learned some stuff. I developed about 3 or 4 progressive web apps. They are all proof of concepts, not production ready, but they went well. And I want to share with you what I learned. So we know a progressive PWA means progressive web app, but what the fuck, and how to make one, how to create one, and I will show also some examples today. Well, so we know progressive web app is charming and it's app-like. It shouldn't be any way different than having an app from the stores. It must work offline, and it can be installed. These 3 main characteristics defines a progressive web app. But there are some other ones. I will get into that. But how do we do it? So to make it charming and app-like, we will just need a manifest.json, an API icon, and some CSS. I will show you. To work offline, we will need a service worker. I will tell about it later, and some local storage or local cache. And to make it installable, we will need the users to have a Chrome or Firefox mobile, and also by the manifest.json, we will enable them to install our progressive web app. So another details of a progressive web are the app is progressive, so it asks permission when the user are using it. So if user tries to take a photo in the app, it will ask permission to access the camera and so on. It's re-engageable. It's a fancy word for using pushing notifications. So yeah, our progressive web app also can send the users push notifications. It's safe. By that I mean it works only by HTTPS or localhost only. It's easily linkable. Okay, any site is easily linkable, but it's a characteristic to determine the difference from being installed from App Store or Google Play. And it's also responsive as any website created. So let's talk about the manifests.json and the API commands CSS. I have here an app that I made. It's called How Are You Feeling Today? And it is used to track the happiness level of the users. So it's not a social app, it's just a POC. And we have here just 3 screens. One about the app, other one about for the user to tell how are they feeling, and a monthly tracking here. Okay, it's not finished, I'm sorry, but it shows up the answers of the user. Okay, how do we do it? I will show the code for it. First of all, it's just a normal app, but we got to use some meta tags, mainly a link for the manifest.json that might have a name for the app, a short name, a description, the language, its start URL, it's the about page, the scope of the files to be accessed. But by using display, we make the app be full screen and just show the system bar instead of showing up the navigator, the browser bar. Well, the manifest asks as well for a theme color, an array of icons. It can be just one, or if you want to put some more in different definitions, you can also. Okay, so by having this and linking it to every page of our app, we have it as being installable already. So if you go to the Chrome Web Inspector, we have here an application tab, and here you can see it looks for a manifest and how and our definitions are here. It isn't possible to install it by the notebook browser, but it already might be installable via mobile devices. Okay, so this is manifest.json, app icon, and some CSS to look like a real app. Oh, by using the CSS, let me show you that I just repeat my nav bar in the bottom here, and I have an active class in the referring page. So today is the active one, and using CSS, I make this one with a border bottom. So I know it's not the most charming app ever, but with some a little of CSS, we can make it look good. Okay, let's talk now about service worker and local storage for making the app work offline. Well, I don't implemented the offline feature, so I will show you a code sample for coding tips and tricks of the service worker. For who don't know, service worker is a way to create a new thread in the browser and intercept the user actions, the user requisitions. So to use it, we just need to create a service worker file. And let me, okay. So first of all, we need to install it in the navigator. So this is how we do it. We just check if the browser supports it, and then register it using referring its JavaScript file. Okay, that's all. After this, in our service worker file, we must listen for the install event and then create a cache. So here, after the install event finishes, we are caching our current pages. So we are caching an image and its URL. Okay. The third part of it is listening for a fetch or a requisition and checking if it's a navigate or the user just navigated to the page instead of a synchronous call. After this, we can also check for the request method and its headers, but we could just stick with the navigate. Most browsers now support it, but some other ones, no, they didn't. So what we can do is catch any errors that the navigation event might have, and then return its corresponding cache file. Otherwise, if there isn't an error, we can just go ahead with the requisition and deliver the user the page it requested. So this is a quick start for the service workers, not to talk about it, but with this, we can have a minimal service worker serving the pages you have instead of the Chrome dinosaur. Okay. Lastly, it's installable, as I said. Currently, it's only installable through Chrome Mobile or Firefox. It's not supported on Safari yet. Safari is implementing it. So just by having the manifest.json, I have a GIF for you. Do you like GIFs? I heard you like. So here we have an example of a website of the Chrome Web Summit. You see the browser bar here, and it asks us for adding to home screen when the user accesses the page. So After this, when the user opens the app, it hides the browser bar and shows it full screen. Another look, just like this. Okay. So I don't have an Android phone to show you, but you can try it out. I will show you some resources and some examples now. Let me get here. We have Pidable A rocks. It's a list for an index for progressive web apps. You can access any of them in your phone, and then click on the options and select Add to Home Screen, and it will be installed. There's a lot of cool progressive web apps here, including Telegram. We also, I also have some good reads about technical reads about progressive web apps. Here is the Google developers Google site. We have a lot of resources here and examples on service workers and so on. And we also have the Mozilla Developer Network. It has a lot of resources as well and tools. So, okay, what you can do if you want to build your first progressive web app? Well, you can fork my How Are You Feeling Today and finish it. I plan to finish it, but you can do it as well. Feel free to fork. And you can also start, independent on your development level, you can use you can make use of this very good tutorial from Google Developers Code Labs. It has and you can build a progressive web app of weather. So yeah, that's everything I had to tell you. I hope I showed you how easy it is to get started on building progressive web apps. And I hope you start building your first one soon. How do I stop share my screen? Okay.
Nice.
So that's all. Kaique, what do you think? Are you going to build your first web app?
I'm going to build my first web app today.
Okay, great. So do we have some questions?
I have one to start. You're supposed to talk about Firebase, right?
Yes.
I don't know if you know much about Firebase, but people call it backend as a service.
Yeah.
In case you want to use Firebase as a backend, you can serve your PWA with Firebase, not just for database and requests. You can actually serve it.
Yes, you can do it, but since I've done it 1 or 2 times at most, I don't know exactly how to do it. And I actually used Firebase in my How Are You Feeling Today app. Let me show you, share my screen. So it's currently using, oh my God. If I have a JavaScript file for the month page, I know it's just a POC, okay? So for the today page, it's just a POC, so the code isn't the most beautiful you ever seen, but we just need to get the Firebase URL and do posts here. okay, to add feelings and to get the list. In Firebase, we just need to use rules of how we just need to define how the users might authenticate in your app. So here in authentication, a tip I have for you that is going to build your first progressive web app is just enable the anonymous authentication. So you don't need to implement any kind of signing with Google or signing with Facebook. If it's just a POC, you can just or you can also authorize it or your domain here. But if you want to make it online, you must enable the anonymous authentication. So yeah, about your specific question of hosting, I don't know, I don't remember how to do it exactly, but it can be easily done. Using this tutorial, you can learn it. And the tutorial covers it, okay?
Okay, nice, thank you.
Nice.
We have a question from Ricardo, and he is asking about the PWA limitations. If it is designed to handle just a simple app.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question? I was struggling stop sharing my screen, so I didn't.
Yeah. He's asking about the limitations of the PWA. If it is designed to handle just a simple app.
Oh, okay, that's a good question. Actually, if we start a little and think about what a user might want or what would you build, what you would want to build using a progressive web app, it wouldn't use any kind of device-specific API. Let me show you something. There's a page called What Web Can Do Today, and it lists all the APIs that's available through browsers. So in other words, all these APIs are available to use in a progressive web app. Today, the biggest limitation, in my opinion, is not having the contacts API yet, but some people tell us it's being implemented. So yeah, most of stuff you will do today can be done without limitations, but it's good to check for the site to make sure, and also if you want to develop a specific game using hardcore graphics, so go native. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it. We don't have questions anymore.
Okay.
So first of all, thank you for your incredible talk.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you as well. You said you would show up. I want to see you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yay. Hello. So let both of us. Yeah. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah. So we have to announce the next meetup as our tradition. So the next meetup is going to be about Crystal, and Talaya is going to talk. Victor Talaya.
Yes.
He is a well-known developer from the region, and the meetup is live already. No, I don't think so.
It will be a show and tell.
No, it will be a talk.
Okay.
Writing CLI applications with Crystal. Nice.
Cool. Nice.
Nice. So that's it. That's the next meetup is going to be on 20th December of this year. And yeah, I think that's it. Let's wrap it up. Okay.
Okay, the link is already, it's already possible to sign to this meetup.
Yeah, let me post the link on YouTube. So it's on YouTube. Probably the mail is coming to everyone as we speak. And yeah, that's it. That's it.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you,
everyone
everyone.
for watching me. I hope you are happy, and I hope you start building your progressive web apps.
Yeah,
See
nice.
you.
Take care. See ya.